Hello everybody, how you doing guys? Welcome to evening stream because Bitcoin is neither dumping nor pumping, so you know we gotta know what's happening. The beauty, what's up man? How you doing? Larny Lou, are you ready for the dump? I don't know, I think we should pump, but you know, we can dump. And if we dump, I'm good because I just, you know, transferred more money, so I wanna buy the dip. If there is any dip, I wanna buy low. So there is that. We're ready for the dump. Sola is ready for the dump. You know, whether we pump or dump, it really doesn't matter to me. It's all good, man. You know, I'm in the market. I posted on Twitter, asked people. I asked people on Twitter whether they are in before retail or not. And 75% of people that answered said they are in. So they're just waiting, but 25% are waiting. I don't know what they are waiting for, but they are waiting. Maybe they're watching, Crypto Savvy or Cap or somebody else, somebody who's bearish. So there is that. I think big guy is gonna shake us out to almost where we left off. Where we left off, 30k. I don't know. But as you see here down here, we're gonna remove this chart over here. We're just gonna zoom out a little bit on the chart over here on the weekly time frame. I don't remember what these 11, and 3k levels were, so we're gonna remove those. We're gonna pop some moving averages so we can, see a little bit more lines right now. And this is what we have right now. I mean, we are here zigzagging between, 41k, 41.3k support level and resistance level up here at, actually a little bit up here, higher up here right now, 43.9k. So this is right now the range, and we hit this bottom of the range and we are bouncing a little bit now, but I don't see very much bounce. Not only that, if you look very closely, if you are a very observant human being, what you're gonna notice is that every single one of these candles has some kind of wick. Even this up here has some kind of wick up there. I don't know if you can see it. There is actually a wick on top of that. Maybe not. Maybe this candle doesn't have a wick. But most candles have both upper and bottom wicks, but this candle has 0 wicks up here. Maybe a slight wick over here, but there is actually 0 wick up here on this candle up here. So the big question is just gonna go up here and then end up here on the downside, at the end of the day. We still got 4 days and 5 hours left on the weekly candle, so this weekly candle can play for a long time. And what you're gonna see here is that we are kind of ranging just here in this box over here. We are just ranging and we are not doing actually anything significant. Now, when the first dump over here came, I had this line over here. And I was thinking that as soon as we break, up over here towards upside, we're gonna continue. But we just started, zigzagging up here, and then came up here, and I thought, this is gonna go. It pulled back. We got our spring, and spring tried to break towards upside and failed. And right now it's pulling back, but it's pulling back again to this first line. Sorry about that. It's pulling back to the first line, and is this the bottom over here for this move over here? Now this is 4 hourly time frame, so we're gonna zoom out a little bit over here on the daily time frame, and we're gonna go to a clean chart, and maybe even weekly time frame over here. So we had a little bit extend from between the moving averages up here, and but we are sitting on the 10 moving average. Now this 20 moving average on the weekly time frame is important because previously we did hit the 50 moving average up here. So I'm a little bit unsure whether that's going to be the case, that we go all the way down to the 50 moving average again. But if you do go down, I'm looking at something again, 36k, this 20 moving average can in fact up here hit the 20 moving average and then go towards the upside. But if you remember previous streams, I said I'm not that bearish, guys. I'm not that bearish, and I think still that the move towards upside from over here has more pain than actually move towards downside. So if you go towards downside, I buy the dip, you buy the dip, everybody buys the dip. Nobody gets scared by move towards downside. On the other hand, if you go towards upside, there we go. We're gonna see FOMO. If we go towards upside, we see FOMO, right? If we continue going up here towards upside, we see FOMO. So again, think, the pain is towards upside, not towards downside. That said, up here, this actually looks a little bit bearish. Over here, there was a line up here, goes something like this up here, I think. You can join something like this over here, and you can say actually it's actually holding the support. But you can also say this is the big line, then we broke the trend over here, we retest, and right now it's gonna pull towards the downside of here. I don't know. I can't make up my mind because, wait, let me go a little bit back up here. I can't make up my mind. Why am I clicking this? There we go. I can't make up my mind, but because on the daily time frame, if you look at this 50 level over here, and entire move towards upside up here, ever since, over here we dipped a couple of times below those levels, and right now we are down there again. You see up here, this over here, this dipped to 45 levels, this over here dipped to 45 levels. But after we went all the way up to 90 levels, we just been going towards upside and consolidating. So is this a big upside consolidation over here? Why am I having these things in my mouth? this might be a, you know, big consolidation where we pull the RSI while going towards upside. So right now, you know, RSI is down at, you know, it is a little bit below 50 levels, but nothing, you know, nothing problematic. So, you know, if it wants to pump up here on the daily time frame, it can actually do that. There is actually no problem with pumping up here on the daily time frame, because right now it is on the 50. But if it goes towards downside, then we might actually see this move down here to some kind of 30 levels, just like over here, 30 levels, just like over here, 30 levels. These levels over here never came to 30 levels, came to 36, something like that, right? But you know, these bottoms on 30 levels on the daily time frame, they might actually happen if you continue going, you know, if you dump over here towards downside. But I don't see any reason why we should not pump. Yes, we are at major resistance level. We are at major resistance level, and we hit some kind of 83 levels up here. But you can see up here, ever since we hit this 83 level up here, we've just been consolidating, and right now the RSI is pulled back all the way back down to 60 levels. So, you know, there is no reason why we should not actually continue pumping up here. So I cannot say, you know, by looking at the RSI that for whatever reason this needs to dump, you know, and it needs to go towards downside even more down here to these 50 levels. I mean, it can do that, but you know, it does not have to do that. It can, it does not have to, right? Over here we hit kind of, you know, those kind of levels, and then we pull back over here, and we pull back all the way to 50 levels, even as low as 40 levels on the RSI, and then continue towards upside over here, and then we can the Corona dump. But you know, that was the move. So is this right now the RSI gonna go all the way down to 50 levels over here and then pump? It can do that, but it doesn't have to do that. So only thing I can conclude by looking at the RSI is that there is no clear sign right now that for whatever reason we need to pull back. The momentum up here has been going towards downside, but the momentum, while it's been going towards downside while we've been consolidating, right? There is a difference in having momentum going towards downside while you are pumping. So if you're pumping and you are losing momentum, that's actually very, very bearish. On the other hand, we pumped with momentum, and right now we are consolidating with momentum loss, which is actually very good. Not only that, we are consolidating with momentum loss, we are consolidating with RSI pullback. So there is no reason why we should not be able to pump, because RSI is not high. The momentum is just been consolidating, so we can just do this move up here, you know, continue, you know, continue higher up here towards upside. Continue higher towards upside over here. You can see also here, we've been going towards downside, but we've been going towards downside with momentum loss, right? So when you have a momentum loss and you're going towards downside, that's actually, it shows weakness in the move, right? And where more did we have momentum loss? Over here we had, you know, going towards downside, but it was, you know, momentum loss as well. Let me try to find other places up here. We've been going towards upside up here, and this was actually momentum loss as well. Momentum loss. So we're going towards upside with momentum loss, and then we pull back. So you don't want to have momentum loss in a rising moves. Where is the consolidation momentum up here? This is a consolidation. So this over here, this part up here, from over here to over here, it kind of was just zigzagging over here sideways, and you had momentum loss, and then it could just continue towards downside. But right now we are going towards upside with momentum loss, so this should actually continue towards upside, right? By some kind of theory, right? Over here there was a big move up here, momentum loss all the way up here, but this was zigzagging, and then we went down, but this was some kind of top. Does this part over here look like this part over here? I don't know. I don't know, but we had a big dump up here, came towards upside. Hard to say, hard to say. Danny, hi man, how you doing? Monsanto, $2. Coinbase versus SEC, judge's verdict in 2 minutes. Coinbase versus SEC. Coinbase versus SEC. Coinbase. Coinbase just called out SEC for not being able to show why Bitcoin was different than any other token. Just for asking important question, what's about. Okay, we're gonna wait 2 minutes, and then we're gonna, you know, Scary Smart, and he's already showing a deeper understanding of technology than any judge I've heard so far, including Judge Dorns. In the replicates, kind of here you got to know your shit and to be on your toes. Let's see, latest. Looking for a professional hacker, not today. Okay, in 2 minutes, I'll check it out, and maybe we got some kind of, well, 2 minutes has, you know, has passed, so we should be getting some kind of breaking. SEC will not be decided today. There we go. We got a breaking news. SEC versus Coinbase will not be decided today. But this is from some kind of Ilyan Avaz. I don't know who he is, but you know, and how what are you gonna say? How credible the guy is. But there is that. I don't see anything else. Besides this guy up here, nobody said anything else. What happens next for XRP? Some kind of video. Paul chain. Coinbase has got one hell of a lawyer, just beautifully formulating that response. What? It's important questions. New York Judge Careful gives no ruling today on a 5-hour Coinbase SEC hearing. I can't decide this from the bench right now. So we gotta wait. I don't know what next decision is gonna be, but you know, there is that. So there is no decision today, but you know, Monsanto, thank you for, you know, pointing that out. I did not know that, but right now we know there is no decision today. And I really don't know what kind of decision we have or not. It really doesn't matter. Because right now, Bitcoin is consolidating. The only thing we want to figure out is this trend over here. The trend is actually not broken yet, right? I mean, this is the weekly time frame. If you look at the daily time frame, you remove some kind of moving averages up here. The trend is technically not broken. Like, let's just use meme lines and just pull like this over here. I mean, we are at the bottom of the trend, right? You cannot say that this trend over here is broken because it's not. What is broken, on the other hand, or might have been broken, is this part over here, give or take something like this. If you just use these meme lines, right, then we are inside this box over here, which I actually like. I often noticed you will see these, big ass wicks on the downside up here, right? So there will be some kind of channel, and there will be this wick below the channel. And this is just something I noticed. This doesn't have to be true or not, right? And there is some kind of channel, and you will see this, this wick down here. So if you pull the line parallelly on the downside on there, you will get the next support level for whatever reason. So these wicks in the middle of the channels, where they break towards downside big time, and you can see up here we are hitting the support level. So we are still looking good. So I don't see any reason for our, again, if you go back to the RSI and the momentum loss and stuff like that, this is just consolidation and option the way I see it. Consolidation option up here, pull back up here, a little bit go back in the channel, break towards the upside. If we break towards the downside, which I don't see, also, I cannot say, with certainty that we are not going to break towards the downside. I cannot say with certainty that we are not going to break towards the downside, but there is no reason why we should not break towards the upside either. It looks, just as well. Monthly time frame, we are getting this doji. Somebody pointed in the chat that we are getting monthly doji up here, and which is actually very, very bearish doji. But what they failed to mention that time, and what I mentioned that then, is that we still got 2 weeks left. So talking about some kind of top doji up here at the top right now doesn't make any sense, guys. Does not make any sense. I think we need to wait, be closer to the monthly close before we start talking about the doji. We can talk about 2 week close, and then you got this very bearish hammer or whatever this is. Is this a hammer? Candlestick pattern hammer. Is this a hammer? Inverse hammer. Inverted hammer. It's hammer, but it has this wick down here. Inverted hammer, right? If you get on top, it's it's a reversal. It's a reversal thing. It's a reversal hammer. So on the 2 weekly time frame, we got something over here. But talking about monthly right now, it's just way too soon. Way too soon over here, but it could be a little bit bearish, right? And we did come up to some kind of 50k levels almost over here, 49.1. So, and the target was 46k up here. Where's 46k? 46k up here. If you look at my blue box, it's you know, a little bit higher than that, you know, 45.5 all the way to 46.9, which, you know, we hit that, you know, very, very nicely. So there is no reason either, you know, why we couldn't pull back. But we said once we come to this box, it is really hard to figure out whether this is going to pull back a lot or this is just going to do this move up here and break towards the upside and just continue, right? Because this can technically just, you know, zigzag up here for a very long time, for next 2-3 months. You know, bore the hell out of us, you know, pull back a little bit over here, you know, go up here a little bit, pull back over here fast. Then again, you know, go a little bit towards the upside up here, whatever, then consolidate up here, then maybe break, maybe, you know, it can last for a very long time, right? So the sideways movement, if it starts, you know, if it starts ranging up here towards the upside up here, you know, these things can actually play for a very long time. I haven't figured out any kind of other type of, you know, pattern that this might be. The only thing I found is that the chart that I showed you last time. Where is the chart? This chart over here. I showed you this last time, and this is the only pattern that I found right now. This is the 2019 pump to 14k. So this went from, you know, capitulation on Bitcoin on the 3000 all the way up to 14k, right? This is the move. It was very, you know, violent move towards the upside. And what we are having right now, and that is this last part over here, it's the same move, right? First you have impulsive move towards the upside, impulsive move. Then you got this exhaustion move towards the upside that everybody thinks is going to dump down. And then you break out of that towards the upside with an impulsive move again. And then you consolidate over here at in the yellow box. And after the yellow box, you do this last move towards the upside, right? Which makes perfect sense because it still is ranging up here. And even though 46 was the first level of resistance, I always say once you get to the resistance, you know whether that resistance is going to hold or not. You got to see how the price reacts to that resistance. But right now, I think if you continue up here, you know, something like, you know, 60k up here, I mean, it would be just fine as well, right? So you come to this stop, everybody gets very bullish, and then you pull back up here a bit after halving, maybe some kind of, you know, spring down, and then right back up again, and then you continue towards the upside into 2025. So again, my theory that we are bullish and this is just gonna, you know, bounce over here still stands. There is no reason why it should not stand. So on this chart up here, I had a little bit triangle up here that broke down, continue arranging up here. Let's go to this chart over here. So this was the range, and we were talking also about liquidity, right? So there was liquidity on the upside up here. Once we started range up here, there was two liquidity, you know, ranges up here. One was here at the top up there somewhere, right? So we went up there and picked up any liquidity we could pick up, and, you know, everybody shorted these levels. And then right now we're standing up here. So, you know, if we want to have any kind of reason to go down, is to pick some kind of liquidity where, you know, paper hands start selling, everybody start shorting, shorters start taking profits up here, and then we reverse again and go towards the upside. So there is good reason why we could go down, but we don't have to do that. So I'm a little bit, you know, and I don't see any kind of pattern. Like I've tried, beside the big pattern, you know, fractal from the 2019, I don't see this as any kind of, you know, pattern. Let me just inverse the chart. Maybe you can see something better up here. You know, sometimes when you inverse the chart, you see a little bit better stuff, right? Maybe this actually broke over here, and then, you know, you got this move down here somewhere, right? And then there is this over here. Maybe let's say it goes something like this up here, and then you have this one over here. Let's say it goes down here. It's hard to say. What you guys think? Over here it goes, let's say the big move. I mean, we are not even close to this, you know, 50-60k levels over here if you're gonna, you know, draw it like this. So, you know, that 60k level is still intact, you know, intact, can actually get up there, right? Goes over here, consolidates up a little bit, then hit, you know, that 60 level that we just looked at over here. That's the 60, that's the box 60k levels, right? Hit that 60k level over here. At the top over here, and then, you know, pull back or whatever. because this over here also there is some midline up here, give or take somewhere up here. So yeah, I know. Yeah, let's assume this is a channel, a triple channel. Where is this pitchfork that you know I've been using before? Pitchfork. Is there a pitchfork with only 3? 4. Inside pitchfork. No, it's always 4. What if I need 3? How do I get 3? So it goes up here, it goes up here, and then where should this one go? Yeah, over here, and then we just do it like this over here. Something like this, maybe. 3 channels. First channel went up there, climbed up here, consolidate right now. Right now it's on these bottoms up here on the support level, and we're gonna do this and then bounce towards upside. Sounds good? Yeah, why not? But I think everybody wants to buy below 40k, guys. I think everybody wants to buy below 40k. So that is you know, when it comes to analyzing whether we're gonna drop below 40k, is I believe a lot of people wanna buy below 40k, and I don't think they're gonna let everybody buy below 40k. I think they still want people to FOMO in. I think when if you get 60k, I think most people will FOMO in. So the reason for that is, again, everybody missed the first pump, everybody missed the second pump, everybody missed the third pump, and then when everybody thought over here it's gonna, you know, go down again towards downside, we pumped up here, and once we pumped above 30k level, everybody didn't want to buy the green levels. Everybody, you know, was looking this slowly going towards upside. That was like, yeah, it's gonna drop down over here soon, it's exhaustion pattern or whatever, right? And then we dumped even higher, and right now they are please dump, and it goes up here. There was a lot of people, you know, just trying to form up here, but it pulled just back up here. Right now everybody is in fear that it's gonna drop, so they are like, I'm gonna sell over here, I'm gonna buy down at, you know, 46k levels or 43 or 48k levels, right? And so they are selling over here because they're in fear it's gonna go down, and when people are in fear, that's actually where you bounce. So right now I think if we go again towards the upside, nobody bought in, and everybody wants to dip. Do you know somebody who does not want to dip right now? I want to dip, you want to dip. It doesn't matter whether you have your bags ready or not. You still want to dip to buy more cheap, because right now it's pretty much given that Bitcoin and altcoins and everything is gonna pump like crazy, right? So everybody is very convinced right now that bull market is coming, or we are in the bull market, that the halving is gonna, you know, pump the price to 200,000, 300,000 Bitcoin, which is not gonna happen. It might happen, but you know. And so they just wanna buy. People are buying like crazy. The only thing they want to do right now is get cheap Bitcoin. Get very, very cheap Bitcoin. So I don't know. I mean, if you do pull back, you know, I'm gonna be happy boy and I'm gonna buy the dip, and I'm not gonna be mad or, you know, anything. So I'm not scared it's gonna die. If it goes up, I'm gonna have a lot more problems. But you know, there is that. You know, my bags are doing well. I still got cash on sideline, so I might actually even FOMO in if it goes towards upside. So we're gonna see that over here. But you know, I might do something very, very soon. What other thing are we gonna look at? The ETH-BTC chart, and you can see up here, Ethereum is right now pretty much gonna start taking over Bitcoin. So Ethereum versus Bitcoin has been going this falling wedge up here for a while. It broke down, consolidated inside the box over here. I had this, you know, spring towards the downside, and right now it's back inside the wedge. So over here, consolidation up here, and as soon as this breaks up here towards the upside over here, Ethereum is pretty much gonna outperform Bitcoin, and you know, the flippening is gonna happen. Do we have the flippening still? There was this page that was tracking Ethereum flippening, Ethereum versus Bitcoin. 36.4% active addresses flippening. Transaction count flippening, yeah, Ethereum is already winning. Trading volume flippening, 86%, but you know, Total transaction fees, so Ethereum is definitely winning. Google search interest flippening, so Bitcoin is definitely winning on this one. So, you know, Ethereum has a lot, you know, a lot to go until the flippening happens. Transaction volume is close, trading volume is close, active addresses flippening. So there are more Bitcoin addresses than Ethereum addresses, which I don't understand how, because, you know, most people just got, most people have Ethereum addresses, at least the way I see it, because you have the meme coins, today I actually saw we got a new in the chat. We got a new meme season topic in the chat. I don't know how much we're gonna use that, but there is that. So right now there is actually, you know, if you look at meme coins, they are so low down, and I think beside new coins there might be actually good place to buy some, you know, old coins, not old coins from, you know, 2019 or anything like that, but you know, like Pepe old coins, and I think they might perform because they pull back a lot, like a lot, and right now I think it might be, you know, time where these coins might actually be a very good buy. So you might like or not like meme season, but, you know, it's here to stay. It happens every year, a couple of times a year. The meme season comes in, meme coins pump more than anything else, 100x, 200x, 1000x, you know, in 5 minutes, and then it goes down again, right? But the meme coins are again gonna pump again. Believe it or not, Pepe will pump again. Dogecoin, Shiba will pump again. And when this happens, there will be, you know, very, very, you know, nice meme coins that do an extreme amount of X's. That said, just like in altcoin season and just like in, you know, Bitcoin and everything else, altcoins, you wanna buy when nobody is thinking about it. So this guy, CryptoRus, asking what is the best meme coin today. I don't know what best meme coin is today, but I've been looking at some coins, and some coins are actually looking very, very nice. So I might be posting in that, you know, meme season topic eventually. But Ethereum is actually, I think Ethereum is, you know, this is already the move for Ethereum. I think this is the next probable move. I mean, it technically can just get rejected over here and go back down again, but since this box over here was, you know, has been, you know, playing out for so long time, and right now we are back inside this wedge, I think it's gonna go towards the upside up here. Let's see how this actually played out last time, May 2021 up here. Actually, last time Ethereum was actually outperforming for a long time. No, it went down over here. Let me add the chart, BTC USDT chart, new price scale, so you can see. So when Bitcoin had its first rally towards the upside, all the way towards the upside, all the way up here actually, all the way up here, you know, it was going through some, you know, expanding musical instrument up here, and over here Ethereum exactly up here, even you know, this top up here. That is when Ethereum started consolidating over here, and after the Corona dump, where Ethereum definitely played out, the last part was, you know, Ethereum. So the last part up here, Ethereum played out. So even though Bitcoin, you know, exploded towards upside, Ethereum outperformed everything after that. But the first move was Bitcoin alone. We saw that right now as well. Bitcoin just ran over everything, and we gotta remember this, you know, next time around over here, right? So Bitcoin 2021 up here, went a little bit down up here, and then it goes towards downside over here, and Bitcoin just ran over everything, right? So this is not just, you know, Ethereum versus Bitcoin, you know, altcoins as well. Bitcoin is the king right now. There are a couple of coins here and there that outperformed Bitcoin, we know that, but for the most part, Bitcoin has been king on the hill, right? So this falling wedge up here right now, and this falling wedge up here, you know, let me take this line up here because this looked like a channel. There we go, this was a channel. double tap this channel on the downside up here right now, going back to the resistance level. But once this channel breaks up here towards upside, and this is a very steep channel, and we will do eventually, that means that Bitcoin is no longer, you know, doesn't have that much upside, and Ethereum will definitely. So if you think that, you know, Bitcoin from 45 goes to 90k is 100%, and Ethereum is going to outperform that, so Ethereum is going to do at least 2x. No, 3x, because Bitcoin goes to 90k, that's 2x. If Ethereum goes, you know, 3x, that's 7.5 thousand, at least 7.5 thousand on Ethereum. If it go, you know, since it outperforms Bitcoin, at least. But it does look nice, And there we go. The bullishness in the DXY is finally happening up here. It's breaking towards upside. It's breaking towards upside up here. And this channel up here right now has broken the trend and is going to the resistance up here, but we are expecting it to go a little bit more, you know, higher up here towards upside eventually. You know, I'm not a really big fan of looking at the DXY versus Bitcoin and trying to figure out whether I'm not trying to figure out whether, you know, if DXY goes down, Bitcoin goes up, or if DXY goes towards upside and Bitcoin goes down. I really don't care, because there was one time, I don't remember exactly where we were watching the DXY, and DXY, you know, dumped down very hard. And, you know, everybody, we are believing that, you know, for whatever reason, Bitcoin should do this move up here. But instead, Bitcoin did the same move as DXY. So at the same time as DXY is dumping, Bitcoin was dumping. And at that time, I kind of lost the faith that DXY has anything to do with Bitcoin. I literally lost the faith. So there is that. There was this one coin that I've been looking at. And this is a trading option that I'm looking at, but it does look nice because comp is down here at the bottom. Not only that, this over here is capitulation June 2022, and you can see up here it's been holding these levels very nicely. If you remember how the chart of Link was also like this. It was just trading in a range for a very long time. But over here, I think there's a very good chance right now for a bounce. Not only that, because over here, if you look at the chart, it had a big dump with a bullish engulfing candle above the resistance, bullish engulfing candle. Right now it's pulling back to this 10 moving average that I'm actually looking at. So I'm looking actually on small time frames to see when this move up here is going to be done. And right now you can see the daily is hitting both 10, 20 and the 50 moving average over here. And if you go even small time frames up here, this looks like, you know, a distortion pattern with some kind of falling wedge over here. So I'm expecting this very soon to actually go towards the upside. Again, not financial advice or anything like that, but, you know, that's what I'm looking at, right? And there is a very nice channel over here that's being made on comp, and it goes something like this over here. There is a very nice channel, and we did hit these, you know, low levels at 54, something like that. And right now, I'm thinking this might actually go again towards the upside. But the biggest reason for that is because on the big time frames, you look at the big time frames, not that big time frames. How big time frames are we looking at? Just this move over here, this move over here. If you just look at a little bit bigger time frames, just this move up here. Where is it? Over here, something like this, give or take. Oh, it's actually breaking towards downside. Oh, that's actually bad. Because last time I was looking at, I was thinking it's hitting the support level, but right now that I'm looking at, it's actually going way below the support level. I don't know if this is because these are, let's go even small time frames. Let's try to find very nice. I mean, it looks like it already broke though. Okay. The last time I looked at it like this over here, and then there was this line over here. And I thought, oh, that line looks nice, and it was holding, but, you know, now that I look at it again, it's, you know, broken through the line. Tila, check out Balancer and Curve. How do they compare to comp in your opinion on the chart? Balancer and Curve, what is Balancer? Those are the two coins. I think this one went into capitulation over here, because you can see this is Bitcoin, this is Bitcoin, This is Bitcoin capitulation, and after that it was actually performing nicely, and then at one point over here it broke that, went to the support level, broke the support level, and I would say that this down here is a capitulation of that, because the major support level breaking, this this is capitulation level. It hasn't pumped that much though. It hasn't pumped that much, 60% or something like that, 50% from the bottom. I don't know what balance it is, but the chart looks a little bit different, because if you look at the chart on comp had this capitulation move, and then it went sideways like this over here, right? There was no capitulation over here. If you look at a chain link over here, for example, link USDT, if you look at a chain link, you'll see that chain link also had this zigzag pattern down, but without capitulation, right? So over here, a Bitcoin capitulation, and it just went kind of sideways over here, without beside this one over here, it technically didn't have this capitulation inside the accumulation zone. Oftentimes you will see accumulation, then break down, capitulation inside the accumulation zone, and then right back up again, right? But this didn't happen on the balancer. This did. Balancer. On balancer, this actually did happen. Let's go higher time frames up here, because I assume that after this move up here, and you can see how nicely we touched that move over here, I would say that this was accumulation zone up here in some kind of option. Then once the accumulation was done, it pulled back, and this was capitulation inside the accumulation zone. Right now it's pulling back up here again. It's climbing nicely, moving averages up here. There is no bullish engulfing candle, but it's climbing nicely. It also, this thing hasn't pumped yet. I don't know, this is the first time I'm here about this I'm curve. I'm a little bit unsure why it hasn't pumped more, but there is that. Curve US dollar. This is downtrending consolidation though. This is downtrending consolidation. So this capitulation of Bitcoin over here, give or take, it did go down here a little bit. Right now trying to climb, but doesn't have this same, because this goes more towards the downside, while comp goes sideways, and that balancer did this move up here, and then break down and went into the zone. So there are three different coins, and they don't play the same way. This looks something like ApeCoin, because ApeCoin did this up here and broke up here. ApeCoin is so far down. ApeCoin is so far down. But this looks like a nice double bottom up here, broke that towards the upside. So right now it's sitting at that support level. Let's see where the major support level for this thing are actually. This shoe pattern up here, played nicely, hit the resistance, failed to break that, went down here again. Right now it's again trying to go towards the upside. But this part over here might actually retest the level up here again before it actually goes towards the upside. At least the way I see it. I don't know. Why is bleeding so much? Why is curve bleeding so much? And you see these candlesticks up here. These are actually very bullish candlesticks. These two candlesticks are actually very bullish. You see how they have a big body on the downside, and then a wick, and then big body, and then a wick over here. When you see that, this is often a sign of bullishness. I don't know why, but it might be that. It might be that. Now, they don't look the same to me though. There are three different charts, three different patterns. So there is that. I don't know. I'm gonna keep on watching comp, because for whatever reason, this to me looked like it's some kind of bottom down here. This is monthly time frame. You can see monthly time frame already broke. Monthly time frame already broke above 10-20 moving average. Right now also retested this 10-20 moving average. It's still not, on the monthly time frame, still not out of the, out of this zone up here. I mean, created a new resistance level up here, but this was bearish engulfing candle right back down again. So right now we are hitting, I would say this over here, this zone up here. It's still not out of the zone. It's still in the inside accumulation part over here on the downside. But I'm looking at this last part over here. This bigger part over here, and I'm thinking, it's a good reason why it can break this towards upside eventually. And if you look at a weekly time frame, this pullback was already happening. So if you go to small time frames up here, I am definitely very interested right now in this part over here. Give or take. What's gonna happen over here? But I gotta look at a little bit more chart. That is that, guys. Thank you for stopping by. I just want to talk a little bit about Bitcoin. And Bitcoin right now is only down 1%. Not much is actually happening. It's bouncing a little bit up here, up there. It's not doing anything. And I think we need to wait. Unfortunately, we need to wait until something happens. Until it's out of the box. Right now the box is something like this up here. Give or take. Guys, thank you for stopping by. I'll see you around another time. I'm really tired because I had to, remove the snow for the last 3-4 hours. And there has been a snowstorm here. And I've been at work and I haven't slept that well. So I'm dead tired. So I'm going to go to grab something to eat and maybe sleep a little bit. So maybe tomorrow it's going to be a better day. Guys, thank you for stopping by. Hit the like button on the way out, guys. As usual, where's my outro? Bye-bye.